Uh, Today I'm going to talk about three books that I have recently completed reading. Um, the first one is A Morning Diary by Roland Barthes. In this diary, he has written about his experience after the death of his mother and his situation of coping up with this traumatic incident that it is very hard for him to take. So he has presented his daily adventure of missing his mother as the first stage of psychology is denial. Then first he's in denial mode, then he somehow accepts it, but he finds it very hard to accept, and he thinks that one day it will be fine, and some days the things are fine, but some days it again returns, the trauma, the feeling of that thing. So it's basically a reminiscence of his life when he was with his mother and now when he's not. It's very short. Journal entries, the diary entries are very short, so it's good. Another book that I read is A Confession by Leo Tolstoy, the Russian writer. In this confession, he has presented the ways human behavior, uh, the normal ways of human behavior, that how we think that if this happens, then the life will make sense, then this will happen, then life will start making sense, but ultimately it doesn't make sense, anything that we do. So he tried to make sense in the rational behavior of human creature, and he thought that okay, success is one thing that we want in life, but then he thought that success is nothing, it's just a state of mind and it will not last. The happiness that comes with the general idea of success, the norms, the believed norms about success, that doesn't last. So ultimately he found his solace in faith, that whatever we do, we have to be hopeful in life, and that is the only way to continue to be happy about it, or at least to keep living this life, which eventually is a trauma, but ultimately we can't help it, because suicide is not the option. The another is a book. It's not a book, it's a short story by Fyodor Dostoevsky. In this short story, it's this short story is inspired by a news article that Dostoevsky read about the suicide of a girl, and so he presented this as a short story, whose the name of the story is A Gentle Creature. The another name is The Meek One. Sometimes it is called The Meek One, sometimes A Gentle Creature. The story, as we all know, the style of Dostoevsky, it's the ways of his writing are very active, and it takes you, the story hooks you up. So the story keeps you hooked. So in this short story, he has presented the love story of a pawnbroker and a girl who is in her sweet 16. So it's and the suicide that she commits. So the journey that forces her to commit suicide, the narcissistic behavior of that man who is a pedophile, by the way, and his behavior towards this girl, which is completely not very acceptable, and it's very toxic, that ultimately forces her to give up on life. So that's a beautiful story, as all the works of Dostoevsky are beautiful. So these were my recent reads.